As the education landscape evolves with the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, a significant opportunity has emerged for educators to harness AI to improve teaching and learning. Through the 2023 to 2024 Google GSV Education Innovation Fellowship, a pioneering collaboration between GSV Ventures and Google for Education, 24 top-level leaders from K-12 systems across the nation are exploring innovative ways to use advanced technology to improve teaching and learning, transforming the future of education. Let's explore how 4 of these fellows worked on transformational opportunities to use AI to improve instruction with technology.
Number one, I love that we call this a transformational opportunity instead of problem of practice. And this really made me think more globally about a big problem that I'm trying to solve. And so what I was trying to transform was the instruction in the classroom with respect to the use of technology and integrating digital tools and bringing our classrooms up to date. This was with the backdrop of the integration of artificial intelligence and generative AI. And so my goal was to demystify the use of generative AI.
To enhance learning with technology, including AI, these fellows sought to create more personalized learning experiences tailored to the unique needs of each student, while also considering how best to support teachers in using these new tools.
One thing I want to elevate, I think, is around teacher efficiency and usability. Like, I think if something is too hard for a teacher to figure out how to use, like, that's a flag for us, right?
And I decided to examine and try to find different ways to add systems of supports for virtual learners in a virtual space. And we tried to then look at what would a student need to be successful in a full-time virtual learning setup. Because obviously during the pandemic, some students were successful, some were not. But if this were going to be like an everyday thing for individuals, how could we ensure that they had almost what they had in a in-person setting? So using that as our guiding thought, we looked at all the different supports that could exist.
One way fellows sought to improve instruction with AI was to empower teachers to reevaluate their lessons through the lens of a student. By integrating technology, fellows supported their teachers in making learning more authentic and engaging, tailoring learning experiences to meet the diverse needs of all students.
Yes, so what we asked our educators to do is to bring a lesson that they've taught before or a unit that they've taught, and nothing new to them, but to really start to look at it from the lens of the learner and what would make it more authentic to the learner. So the technology integration kind of gave them the courage to go and talk with their students. Like, okay, we don't have to know all the answers. We can go back to them. And so in conversations with their learners, they really were able to identify what was authentic for them, not something they thought everyone should do the same.
With the generative AI, we developed a task force of technologists. We had ISTE as our guide. We had teachers, we had students, we had parents, and multiple stakeholders that we met with. There were individual meetings that we had with students. We had individual meetings with parents and with administrators and with teachers. And then eventually, for those that have embraced this, they are able to see that they can use it for lesson planning, to create graphics and visuals for our students who are emergent bilinguals, where we need to use more visuals to demonstrate students or to help them understand vocabulary and deepen their comprehension. So those that have embraced it are using it in that way.
Obviously we use like Google Drive and Canvas and things like that for the learning management systems, and we have Maestro for student information. We also have varsity tutors that we use for 24/7 chat-based tutoring that's provided to all students. And then we also have live synchronous tutoring that they can schedule with the tutor as well. Then the last few things I would say are like our success coach that meets with them multiple times during the week as a check-in, check-out. We do have checkpoints throughout the course, especially if it's a new course too, like how students can say, like how did this look, how did the video, how are the the questions or the tests, etc. But then we also have an end of course survey. And on top of that, we kind of have like check-in points every month about like, how is your virtual experience going? So using, I think, all those data checkpoints, like just using something as basic as Google Forms, we're able to collect that and then determine, what improvements do we need to make.
These leaders continue working to create the conditions that ensure every student can thrive in their schools. As educators and their systems collaborated and learned from one another, they crafted more meaningful learning experiences that go beyond basic knowledge to deeper understanding and application.
But for us, this has really been bringing legal together, bringing our technology services folks together, training the specialists and the managers and academics to be aligned with our high quality instructional materials work, to be able to say like, yep, we believe this is a good complement to our tier 1 resources. This is when it would happen. Here are considerations for instructional minutes. This is what training could and should look like. It is really, my transformational opportunity has really catalyzed the system to not only maximize resources, minimize challenges regarding safety, and I would also say put us in the direction of being more coherent when we think about the instructional and the learning experience for our kiddos.
And so the excitement and the energy, the collective energy in these group of proof of concept teachers really they came together, learning from each other throughout, even between our sessions, and the understanding of how our students were able to have more opportunities, not just for basic acquisition tasks, but much more meaning making and transfer tasks.
These leaders are leveraging AI to meaningfully transform instruction, improving teaching and learning in their schools. Join us as we continue to explore innovative ways leaders are improving education with technology through the work of the Google GSV Education Innovation Fellowship.